February 8th, 1945. Peenemünde, Nazi Germany. A man weighing 38 kilograms is about to steal a bomber. Not sabotage it, not damage it, steal it, fly it, escape in it. The aircraft, a Heinkel He-111, 2 engines, wingspan 74 feet, designed for trained bomber crews with months of instruction. The man approaching has never flown a German aircraft, never touched German controls, never read German instruments. His name, Mikhail Devyataev. To the Nazis, he is not a name. He is prisoner number 104534, a walking skeleton in striped rags, a man who hasn't eaten a full meal in 8 months, a man so weak he can barely lift his arms above his shoulders. In exactly 47 minutes, this dying prisoner will attempt to start both engines, taxi past armed guards, take off from one of the most heavily defended airfields in Germany, fly 300 kilometers across enemy territory while being shot at from the ground and the air. The He-111 requires 50 pounds of force to pull back the control column during takeoff. Mikhail Devyataev weighs 84 pounds. He will attempt this escape with 9 other prisoners, men who know one truth very clearly. If they fail, they will not be captured. They will be executed. This is the story of the most impossible escape of World War II, and why the Soviet Union tried to erase it for 12 years. Flashback: The Ace. July 1944. The skies over Lviv. Lieutenant Mikhail Devyataev banks his Yak-1 sharply through flak clouds. 17 confirmed kills, 2 orders of the Red Banner, one of the best in the Soviet Air Force. Then a shadow above him. A Focke-Wulf dives. Cannon shells tear through the engine. Smoke fills the cockpit. The Yak shudders, then drops. At 2,000 feet, he bails out, hits the ground hard. German soldiers are waiting. Capture and degradation. At first, treated as a prisoner of war, but Devyataev cannot stop being a pilot. He studies guard patterns. He watches distances. He looks for exits. He tries to escape. Caught. He tries again. Caught again. After the 3rd attempt, the Germans decide this man is not a normal prisoner. He is dangerous, a subversive. They send him to Sachsenhausen. Sachsenhausen, death machine. Sachsenhausen is not a camp. It is a factory for death. 30,000 prisoners, gas chambers, a crematorium that never stops smoking. 800 men die every month. Prisoners work 12 hours a day. They receive 700 calories. Average survival, 4 months. You work until your body consumes itself. Then you collapse. Then you disappear. Devyataev watches it happen every day, every night, smoke rising from the crematorium. And one thought forms clearly in his mind: I will not die here. The opportunity, Peenemünde. October 1944. The Nazis need workers, not just bodies, men with technical skills. Devyataev raises his hand. He does not know where he is going, but anywhere is better than Sachsenhausen. He arrives at night. At dawn, he understands. Rockets rise from the ground like metal giants. This is Peenemünde, birthplace of the V-1 and V-2 rockets, weapons raining terror on London. And next to the rockets, an airfield. Bombers, fighters, transports, landing constantly. Devyataev watches everything. Flight schedules, fueled planes, guard patrols. Because he is not a slave, he is a fighter pilot. Put him in any cockpit and he becomes dangerous. The target. whispered intensity, slow breath between words. One aircraft stands out. Heinkel He-111H-16. Markings GAQQ. Always fueled, always ready. Belongs to the Deputy Commandant. Devyataev chooses it. The crew. Trust in hell. Trust does not exist in a concentration camp. Informants everywhere, reporting for bread. He starts with Vladimir Krivonog, beaten nearly to death after 2 previous escape attempts. Death by escape or death by exhaustion. At least escape is quicker. 8 more prisoners, men with nothing left to lose. 10 men, 1 aircraft. They understand the odds. They will probably die, but if they stay, they will definitely die. The plan, impossible by design. Guards defend against tunnels, against fences, against desperation. They do not defend against the impossible. No prisoner has ever stolen an aircraft. The plan is simple and suicidal. 1. Kill the guard quietly. 2. Take his uniform. 3. March as a normal work detail. 4. Reach aircraft GA. 5. Start engines. 6. Take off before anyone realizes. Any failure means death for all. Date chosen, February 8, 1945. Execution day. Light snow falls, visibility low, perfect cover. 10 prisoners, 1 guard, assigned runway maintenance. The guard steps into a drainage ditch, 30 seconds. Krivonog moves, shovel raises, falls. The guard drops, silently. They strip the uniform. Another prisoner puts it on. Now a work detail escorted by a guard. They march towards the Heinkel. 2 mechanics confused working nearby. Before they can speak, overwhelmed. Devyataev runs towards the cockpit. The cockpit. Panic. Never touched German controls, never read German instruments. Panel, over 100 switches. He finds battery, turns it on. Fuel pumps activated. Ignition, left engine coughs, sputters, catches. Right engine follows. Both engines running. Now taxi. He has never taxied a 2-engine plane. The Heinkel wobbles, nearly swerves into another aircraft. Balance, instinct alone. Behind them, shouts, alarm wails, truck full of soldiers racing. Takeoff, weight of starvation. Devyataev lines up, throttles forward. Heinkel weighs 8,600 kilograms empty, needs 400 meters runway to lift off. Control column requires 50 pounds to pull back the nose column. Devyataev weighs 84 pounds. He pulls, nothing. 8 months of starvation have eaten his strength. Runway ending, truck gaining. Help me! Krivonog and another prisoner scramble. 3 pairs of hands on the column, pull together. The nose rises, the wheels leave the ground. Airborne, 12:21 p.m. The flight. Anti-aircraft bursts around them, black puffs, shrapnel pinging metal. He banks west, then north, then east. No map, no radio. Navigates by sun, by Baltic Sea, instinct. Fuel falls, smoke trails from left engine, flak damage, hour in the air. Below, burned villages, shell craters, front line. Soviet AA sees German bomber, opens fire. Tracer rounds rip through the fuselage. Left engine quits. On one engine, Heinkel cannot maintain altitude, sinks towards snow-covered field. The landing. He aims for the whitest patch he can see. No landing gear, belly landing. Heinkel hits frozen earth, belly tears, propellers shatter, snow erupts, 200 meters, slide, stop, silence. 10 men crawl from the wreckage. Soviet soldiers sprint towards them, rifles raised. "Don't shoot! We are Soviet!" They do not lower weapons. The betrayal. Not heroes, arrested, interrogated, suspect. How did you survive when millions died? How did you fly a German plane? Spies? Collaborators? Devyataev tells everything. Peenemünde layout, V-2 rockets, launch sites. No thanks. Sent to penal battalion, still a suspect. War ends, released, no rank returned, no honor restored. He goes home, disappears. Soviet doctrine merciless. Real soldiers die fighting. Survivors are suspect. Recognition, 12 years later. 1957. Sergei Korolev learns of Devyataev.
His intelligence helped launch Sputnik. Korolev intervenes. August 15, 1957. Mikhail Devyataev awarded Hero of the Soviet Union. 12 years after escape. Of 10 men, only 3 survive. Mikhail Devyataev lived until 2002. He seldom spoke of the escape. When asked why, he said, "We escaped the Nazis in 47 minutes. It took my country 12 years to escape its own suspicion. A man 40 kilograms stole an 8-ton bomber, saved 9 lives, brought back vital intelligence, and was treated as a criminal. Sometimes surviving the enemy is not the hardest part. Sometimes surviving what comes after is."